is Keke. Hello, y'all. It's your girl, Keeks, and today's episode will be about me and not this nasty cold that I still have. I'm so tired of this damn cold. It's taken away from my beautiful tone and rasp and just la 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 la. But I'm still breathing through it all because it's my birthday, okay? And I mean, this is just insane. I can't believe I'm actually going to be 30. I'm entering the greatest, most freshest, most awesome decade. So I've heard them 20s can just have their way. It's time to bring in the New Year's. And I'm excited. I'm going to be taking a walk down memory lane, looking back at my 30 years and what I've learned alongside my hopes and goals for the future. And of course, with me will be my mama Sharon, who has literally been with me since day one and kind of like, zero age, which is insane. And a few surprises along the way. There'll be laughs, there'll be tears, maybe, and everything in between. Let's get started, shall we? Hey, Mom.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thanks, girl.
Oh, my goodness. You're getting into the 30 30s.
The dirty 30s. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm not one of those people that was like, oh no, I've got to be 30 one day. You know how people sometimes they're like, oh, I'm getting old. I mean, I feel like I enjoyed my 20s. My 20s were fun. But I do feel like all through your 20s, maybe up into the late 20s, everybody's like, you're still a baby. You're still a baby. And I mean, some people might say that when you're 30, but ultimately what I'm trying to say is that 30 is like, yo, you really... it's time out for the bullshit. Like, you really there.
Right.
Like, it's time to, like, you really is grown for real.
So, but what has your thought pattern been about turning 30? Obviously, you have your 20th birthdays and all this stuff. What has been your perspective of what it's like to be turned 30?
That you don't care about nobody. I think that's what in my mind, 30 is like really living for you, girl. It's giving 13 going on 30. 30, flirty, and thriving. Like, I just feel like it's very much so it's your world because, I don't know, and honestly, it's different for everyone, but I do think that there's this idea in your 20s especially where it's like, you're just, trying to figure it out, not worry, but you're affected by things people may say or what's happening around you and kind of what you should be doing and what should be happening. And you're still so young, and even though they're telling you you're grown, you really... what does that really even mean? You know what I mean? And I think that being grown thing is something that is continually evolving. But I do feel like at 30, it's this thing of knowing you've realized after your 20 years and whatever that may have taught you or changed about what your expectations were for the future, that your life is nothing but your life. And it's just you living that makes it valid. Right. You don't have to have any particular thing by 30. There's not anything that you should be doing or what there's none of that happens. It's just whatever that it is for you. Right. We all just trying. Ain't we holding on by a little
and you can only be in competition with yourself.
Exactly.
You can't keep looking at, going on Instagram and going on Facebook and seeing what your high school friends are doing or whatever, because everybody's journey is different, right?
Yes, I agree. How did you feel when you turned 30? What was happening in your life, Sharon?
What was happening? You know what? 30 was good for me. 30 was good for me.
By 30, you already had 2 kids.
I had 4. You were 4.
Married.
Yeah, you were 4. And L'Oreal was about 7 or 8. That was good for me. I think we were getting ready to buy our first house. I was substitute teaching. I think 30, 31, 32, all those ages right there were really good for me. Yeah. And I do think in my 20s, I was doing that, because I was, as you know, I was pursuing a music career. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to be a recording artist. Yep. And it was pressure on me when I turned 25 and I hadn't had a hit record. You know what I mean? Right. And then I turned 28 and I hadn't even had a hit record. So now it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like I can't be 40, So yeah, there was pressure, but it was pressure that I put on myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. There was no one in my family or there was no one telling me, girl, you're going to have to do it before you get 40, or no one was talking to me that way. I was just, scrutinizing myself. You know what I mean? Because music is such a young industry.
Yeah, I mean, entertainment industry in general is made to be so young. But it's like, I ain't never seen Morgan Freeman young.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So it's like,
I don't think I have
is
either.
It? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I have either.
Morgan got famous as an older person, so it doesn't really mean anything when it comes to that age thing, I think.
That's
But
true.
we do wrap our minds into believing that it is. when you think about big milestone birthdays, do you think they're worth the hype? And what I mean by that is like, sweet 16. Oh, you just turned 18, 21, 30. What do you think about like milestone birthdays?
I think they're great when deserved. You know,
What does that mean?
And I don't want anybody talking crazy. I'm just speaking honest. I think that to celebrate a sweet 16 for a kid that don't stay in school, who can't behave, what we celebrating here. You know what I mean? I get that, but I just don't think you should reward bad behavior.
Right. So that's your vibes on
That's my
16.
thing.
I think that milestone birthdays are great, whether it's being, a teenager or being an adult. I think that they just sometimes come with a lot of expectations, and sometimes they can take the fun out of the birthdays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you feel like at 18, I'm supposed to have this, or 21 or 30 or whatever it is. I think sometimes the overhype of those particular ages can make you feel like you're not getting what you want because you're just overly expecting like something that's not realistic.
No, that's right.
I don't even know why those are milestone birthdays. Like, why?
I don't know either.
That?
I don't know, but also sometimes too, when you give this, 18-year-old this tremendous birthday party or whatever like that, like you said, where are they going? You know what I mean?
Right.
So then it's like every birthday has to be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean?
I do think there's something to say about going inward with it, like doing something that feels a little bit like for my 30th. I'm not saying that I won't eventually have a big bash, but I was struggling with trying to create like a big bash, like what kind of bash I want to do, and I started to stress myself out because it is actually a lot planning a party.
And does that expectation come from I'm turning 30 and people expect for Keke Palmer to have this big bash?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think for sure it's like I gotta have a big party, and it's like, damn, I only turned 31. Should I have a big party?
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, again, it's because it's a milestone birthday. That's what I mean. Like, the fact that this is a milestone birthday, it makes you feel like, well, am I doing myself a disservice by not going big? But then it's like I was talking to my friend Matt, shout out to Matt, that just do what you want. Do what's actually going to make you, like, it's your birthday. So do really what you want for your birthday. Like, what actually is going to make you feel stress-free? What's actually something that you're going to really, truly enjoy? And then I was like, I'd rather just do, like, a spa house with my friends. And that is literally what I was telling you about at the top of this conversation about what 30 is for me. Doing what I want to do. Doing what feels best for me. And not really caring if it's, doing a big bash or blah, blah, blah. I just, that's not my vibe right now. My vibe right now is to definitely have fun, let loose, but just with my main few. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now let me ask you this. What birthday do you remember that was just amazing for you? Like, it was like, this was the
birthday
best.
Party?
Yeah.
My best birthday party was when I was 13.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Tell me what happened.
So all my life, I have been asking my parents to throw me a surprise birthday party. It was quite sad and sickening. Like, every single birthday party, I'd be like, it's a surprise, right? And they'd be like, no, it's not. I mean,
it was hard to surprise you.
I mean,
though.
even on one of my birthdays, my 10th birthdays, they threw somebody else a surprise on my birthday. Like, it was sad. Like, I was always hoping for a surprise birthday party, and it was never me.
Okay.
And so this particular birthday, I was out of town, you know what I mean? I was working. I was turning 13, and I was pretty excited to be a teenager. Like, I was one of those people that was like, teenager, yeah. Like, I really was like, I'm about to be grown, you know what I mean? But I was working, at this point, I had already started my career, and, that was like our main family business was me being an entertainer. So we had to just be on point. Whenever it was time to go, we was going. So on my birthday, I happened to be working. My dad and I fly back in town. And I'm just, I'm exhausted inside. And we open up the door, and all I hear is everybody's faces. They're like, surprise.
I remember.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's my birthday. And I just started crying, and it was literally the funnest birthday ever. Like,
now, what about the skating party? Did you like that?
Now, which birthday was that? Was that 17?
No, I think it was. All I know is
it was 15.
Soulja Boy's song was really hot at that time. Soulja Boy, everybody.
I think I was like 15.
Yeah,
I had a great sweet 16. My 16th birthday, we had Day 26 performing.
Yeah,
Lil Mama came and performed. I think it was. It was a prom theme. People signed and autographed the prom book.
Everybody was there. The Strauss twins.
Everybody made a video. Drake,
Miranda
Will
Cosgrove,
Smith, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah,
that was really nuts.
See,
Y'all went off.
But that's what I'm talking about, though. How do you top that? How did you at 16 you got Will Smith wish you happy birthday, Drake, all these people at your
Samuel
party?
Jackson,
Yeah.
like
How do you top that?
that was nuts. I remember Will was like, "It's me, Will." me and
And he was in
me
China.
And Jaden, yeah, he was like me and Jaden. We're out here doing some movie, and we that was crazy.
He was in Beijing.
He was in
He said,
Beijing.
"We're in Beijing."
Why do birthdays feel stressful sometimes? You think?
Well, I think it's the anticipation of the party. Like you said, I think.
But even the aging, right? What is the thing with aging, right? Because this is my thing. You could be dead, love. So it's like,
Yeah.
isn't it good that we're aging?
Well, I think for women, because we are women,
get into
so we have to talk from the woman's perspective. Ageism is alive and well.
Yeah. Ugh.
And it's like, we're supposed to be mothers, so then we're supposed to stop everything we're doing and just be a mother, or we're supposed to be career women. Okay, so we're not supposed to have kids or a husband. We just supposed to, it's like they put us in these boxes, and we're supposed to check these boxes before we get 30. And then there's another set of boxes we're supposed to check before we get 40. Then and then at 60, we done. They don't want to hear from us. They don't want to see us. I was listening to an older actress that was saying, well, I knew my career was over at 45 because I can't compete with the 25-year-old girl that they're casting against my male counterparts.
I hate the idea of that. And I do feel like, yeah, women are judged more harshly, especially where age is concerned and whatever, ridiculous beauty standards that they have set.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there is beauty in aging. And no, you may not be doing the same things that you've done before, but there's a whole new world that is open to you. Like, I mean, Angela Bassett, Meryl Streep.
Yeah. Charlize Theron.
You know what I'm
She's
saying?
kicking ass in her 40s.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is just like a whole evolution. I mean, Jennifer Lopez as well.
Yes,
there's a whole new
definitely.
world that's open up to you. So yeah, no, you may not be doing striptease still,
Right.
but there's still, I think, that there is a world and another POV that is open to us when we are entering those next chapters.
And hopefully you're wiser.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully you're actually learning something.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? My
yeah.
mother used to tell me, don't ever say you're not going to make a mistake. Just say you're not going to repeat the same mistake. So that's growth. To say, well, nobody's going to trick me or nobody's going to make a fool
That's
out of
not
me. You
realistic.
can't say that. Because we all are put in those positions and those
Yeah.
predicaments.
And end up somewhere we didn't expect to be. Like, damn, that happened to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But instead of beating yourself down, just say, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
What's your favorite story of me from when I was a kid?
You want me to tell my favorite one?
Let's go down memory lane.
You want me to tell my favorite one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Keke was about maybe 3 or 4 years old. And she's adorable. Little bitty little raspy voice little girl. I'm Keke, And just adorable. A doll, the type that other kids follow, like the little Pied Piper or whatever. So, but also fiercely loyal. Keke is fiercely loyal to her family, to her friends. So you couldn't ask for a better friend. So we were staying in our town in Robbins, Illinois, a little small town, and it was summertime. And so she was out in the front yard playing with her older sister. And I was like in the living room, like watching television, but I could hear them. I could just hear them and they were playing and it was normal playing. And all of a sudden, I heard the little boy from next door. He started teasing L'Oreal. He called her Four Eyes and you're a nerd.
my big sister.
And yeah, that's L'Oreal. And so I didn't move because, I'm one of those parents that just feels like they got to figure some things out themselves. So I didn't want to go to the door and say, hey, leave my daughter alone. He was a little kid too. So I'm just listening and I'm like, okay, L'Oreal, just stand up for yourself. Don't let him bully you. And all of a sudden I heard this little voice, leave my sister alone, you motherfucker. And I was like, yes, Keke. And then I go to the door and I say, y'all, you guys come in. You come in right now. Don't you be cussing like that. Don't you? But I just wanted to hug her because she really was defending her sister. And that's just really who you are. That
Thanks.
is you genuinely being Keke.
And that's how motherfucker became my favorite curse word. No, no, but legitimately, that's so funny. I did
Do you
not
even
think
remember that?
No, and I didn't know that you were gonna. I know that story because y'all tell that story a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that that was going to be the one you told. My favorite story that they've ever told me is when I was in preschool.
Oh, my
and
God.
in preschool, they have you do drawings.
This is hilarious. Go ahead, tell it. I love this one. Go ahead.
They have you do drawings. Like, they have you go to school and they're like, draw what you and your family did this weekend. Draw what you and your family did last weekend. Draw what you and your family did last night, whatever. And so my parents are here coming in to parent-teacher conference. And the teacher is like, Lauren's been doing really good. Obviously, that's my birth name. In school, they call me Lauren. And they're like, Lauren's been doing really good. And she's, a very descriptive artist. She's, drawing some really interesting photos in her art book. And so they're going through and they see a picture of his big old hand. And they're like, what does this mean? And they're like, keep going. And they turn the page and there's like my daddy, it's like, hey, what's going on? And then there's like this picture of this animal that looks like, or like this weird insect. And it says, my daddy killed a roach.
So she had told the story about my daddy's hand. So they put my daddy's hand. So you turn the page. It's like, my daddy hand reaching up. And we like, your daddy's hand reaching up? Then we see the bug on the wall. My daddy killed the roach. Me and Larry was like...
Why would I tell those people that?
Me and Larry, we laughed.
And it was an event for me. My daddy killed the roach last week.
Yeah, you had... But
like,
it was
really?
so descriptive. It was like, the hand. I mean, we should have knew you was brilliant then. But we laughed, though. You made us laugh. I don't know if you know how much you made your dad and I laugh.
You guys tell me some really funny stories, like the Santa Claus one.
Yeah.
My cousin tried to tell me... I don't know how old I was at this time, but my cousin apparently tried to tell me that Santa Claus wasn't real. And I kept fighting her back on it. And then she kind of got me to the point where I was just kind of like, damn, I was just quiet. My parents kind of were watching this whole thing going down. And she was like, I'm telling you, he's just not real. And I was like, and then when she walks away, I said to myself, Santa Claus just not coming to her house.
Hilarious.
I just love when y'all tell me these stories. I really was never backing down. Come on now.
I know the world and people see you as this funny person and you're doing this, but you have always been funny. I mean, you've always been funny. Even like when your dad, was saying something like, you're going to get it, Keke. You were bad or whatever you did. And she's in the backseat of the car talking about, well, I guess I'm just going to have to get dealt with. That was a line from Friday.
Y'all had me watch too many movies. I think I was just regurgitating everything I seen.
And Larry and I would just laugh. Like, he'd be hitting me and I'd be hitting him like, don't laugh. Don't laugh at that stuff she's saying. Because, it's, we don't want to encourage it. But it was so hilarious.
What was one of the toughest times as a parent watching me, experience growing pains? What was like a moment that you were like, wow, my daughter's really growing up and I got to really, like you said, like you were outside when L'Oreal was getting bullied and you had to kind of just step back.
Right,
and you had to let me deal with it on my own. What's the age in my life?
I think when you were in your early 20s, 21, 22, 23, that was rough because especially being a child entertainer, that's the age where no one has any mercy.
Yeah, I mean,
the media doesn't have any mercy. They're trying to attack you.
They still don't have no
mercy. When you're exactly.
No, seriously.
When you're a teenager, when you're a kid, there's a little mercy. They kind of like leave you alone a little bit. But as soon as you Disney Nickelodeon kids turn 18, they attacking you ferociously. And I think it was 21, 22, 23, where you're just trying to be normal. You didn't put that label on yourself.
Right.
You didn't call yourself a child anything. Mm-hmm. You were always just trying to be normal. And then people want to attack you for being normal.
Yeah.
Or trying to be normal.
It's so interesting. I had a conversation about the whole normal thing, right? Because it's like, the truth is, I am normal, right? But my life and my experiences based off my career are simply not normal, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make me more special, but it's just a reality. LeBron James has a unique life. You know what I'm saying? He just do, because he's LeBron freaking James. He's not living the everyday life of LeBron Jones.
That's right.
He's living a unique life. And so for me as Keke, even though I am a normal human being, I don't view myself or see myself above anybody. My life experiences are very unique based off of my career. And the unfortunate thing, like for me sometimes, to have always tried to figure out a balance is that it's my desire to stay grounded and to be in normal situations.
You make a choice.
Yes, I make a choice
Right.
not to constantly be around Hollywood people or people that actually understand my experience.
Yes.
You know, there are people, you know, and they're in my industry that understand what I have to deal with, right? You know, I'm sure other child actors, other entertainers, celebrities, whatever, that experience what I experienced. They experience the trolling. They experience the heavy work schedule. They experience
the lies,
or the entertainment and how extreme that is, and just the separation from who I am on camera and who I am at home. Like they know and they understand. But because we live that same exact life, for me, it makes my world a bubble. And so I have always continually desired and tried to maintain grounded. But in my attempt to sometimes remain grounded or be in real situations, I'm often around people or in things that do not understand my life. And so it becomes quite a lot, because here I am in the normal situation, you know, trying to experience a normal world, but I stand out. As a sore thumb, and how people treat me and what I'm experiencing in this normal situation will never be normal because people don't see me as that, and that's not how I exist. Right. And so it's very hard sometimes.
That makes me sad. It makes me sad, but I'm so something about you that people don't know. You're the best aunt ever. I see the way you treat L'Oreal's kids. How you FaceTime them. People wouldn't know that. You know, things like that. Even in your most trying times, when people are attacking you and lying on you and making stories about you, you still pick up your phone and FaceTime Allie. Because Allie is a middle child.
Just like me.
And you don't want her to feel like she's not getting attention. That's the type of shit I want people to know about you. Yes, you're funny, you're talented, you're all those things, but deep down, you're just Keke to us. And you're a good person, and you're a good aunt, and you're a good daughter. I mean, you're all of those things, and sometimes I think people don't believe that. You know, they don't believe that you can be talented and smart and everything and still be a good damn person. You are those things.
I think that's,
sorry for the tears.
No, don't. You're okay to cry, Mom, and I understand that. You know me and you love me, and I get that, and I hate that you feel that you have to feel that way. But I think that there's just a separation, right? There's a separation in the realities. Reality is what's relative to you, and people don't have. And I've had to learn this, and this is why often I don't, you know, I just don't defend myself or, let people think what they want and say whatever they want about me, because there's really nothing that can be done, because there's a ripple in the fabric. Like there's no way that they can really know or we can ever really meet. But that's always been my attempt, because what is the point of me being somebody that has a platform if I'm not speaking for real life? And so that's also why I have always a desire to maintain grounded and not in the bubble of what is my world, because well, hell, if I'm going to be somebody with a platform, I have to know what's happening all in the world, because I have to speak to that. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, this is a question I want to ask you. I know you get it all the time, but I think I'm going to ask it to you anyway, because now you're 30 and you might have a different answer. What would you tell your younger self? What would you tell little Keke?
Be who you are.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with who I am. Obviously, I don't know what any of the other me's could have been like. But what I would tell her, I think I would just say, follow your heart. Keep staying on course. Keep staying on course. Keep being patient. Keep following your heart. I don't know that there's anything else. I think I'm one of those people that always know deep, deep, deep down. I've always known certain things or felt certain things or believe. I think I have a really good intuition and pretty good connection to, God, the source. And so I think I would just tell myself to just stay true to that. Keep on staying true to that and holding on to that.
That's awesome.
So I've been told there are some surprises coming today, and I really don't know what's about to happen next, but Keke, we're here!
Happy birthday, Keke!
Thank you guys so much. It's so good to see you guys. Welcome to the show, Raven and Miranda.
You
Good to
old?
see you too.
I can't believe I'm actually 30. Could you believe that?
What you doing for your 30th?
So I was just talking to my mom about that. I got too anxious thinking about trying to put a damn party together. You know, it's a lot, like to just put it together, and then you going, and then you know you got pictures and people gave you free stuff, so you got to post, and sometimes it can end up feeling like just too much of a job. So I just figured out that like I think what I want to do this year is just something small, like a little spa house moment with my main girls, just to kind of keep it intimate and grounded.
No problem. I'll be there immediately.
Period.
Yeah.
Invites on the way, Miranda. I'm excited for 30. I mean, I don't know that I'll feel much different. I mean, I do feel like I've already been claiming 30, since the beginning of my 29th year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just like the vibes, man, the vibes.
The vibes
I
are
have
real.
a question, Keke, and I see this kind of with Raven. You obviously are an actor and a child actor and have been working and had to be in adult situations for so much. Do you feel like your relationship to 30 is maybe not so like, whoa, big deal, because you've already felt older in a lot of ways? Like you've had to mature more quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I think my excitement around 30 more so is like, now I can give less fucks. You know what I mean? As opposed to I'm a young professional vibe. Because you're right. Like as far as business and like being somebody that is career driven or whatever you want to have it, a lot of that type of adulting happened very young. So I feel like 50 where that's concerned. But I do think I still have social stuff that, I didn't go to regular school. So there's a lot of social things that sometimes I have delays on in terms of just like, I think when you go to high school, you kind of know a lot of characters. And I think, when you don't go to high school and you're just kind of constantly in a working environment, there's more stuff that you can learn socially that a lot of people have already seen before. So I think for me, I look at 30 as a place of just being like, I don't give a fuck about anything.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Good for you. That's nice.
But I don't know if it's actually going to be real. That's just the vibes that people have told me. And that's the vibes that I wanted to be like. But,
My interpretation and my understanding of that is more like as you get older, the bullshit, if you will, the extra chatter is less significant.
Impactful.
Therefore you feel more free.
Absolutely. It's even down to what I was saying about the birthday party. Because I think if I was like in my early 20s or something, I might have been like, no, of course I've got to do. But now at 30, I'm like, I ain't got to do shit, but something that look, man, I'm going to just do what I want to do. And I do think, again, I don't know how much of that is the 30, how much of that is me becoming a mom. Because honestly, when you have a baby and you become a mom, you just don't have no time for no dumb shit. It's like, I got a baby, y'all. Somebody needs me. And I got to have all this energy for this baby. I don't have no energy to be fake no more. Sometimes I had energy to be fake. I'll be like, yes, exactly. All right. Now I don't have that energy no more. It's like I got to give all that energy to the baby. So everything that doesn't really add value or isn't really meaningful just gets chopped off, and that especially counts for mental exhaustion. I don't even got to be physically needed somewhere. If it's in my mind and it's like just turning into baggage, it gets tossed in the trash.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. It feels good, and it lets you know again where your priorities lie. What's really of importance to you.
Yeah.
Well, I love a party. I don't know what y'all talking about. Zeros and fives. I need to turn up every time. I don't care how old I get.
That's
you
sad
gonna see
energy.
me.
That sad energy is
You
in
gonna
you.
see
You
me
can't
out
escape
here in these streets, Keke. So if you want to turn 35 in a spa, I'm gonna see you there. But if you want to come to my 40 birthday party, that shit about to be.
Do you know what your big three is, Raven?
What you mean, big three?
Your astrology big three.
Oh, honey, I was like, there's so many big threes within the 30. What you talking about? No, not off the top of my head. I know that I was raised by a Gemini and an Aquarius. I got a lot of Gemini
Air
in
sign.
me.
That's why you're so free.
I'm free, but I'm also just a Sag. Like I truly believe Sages, being that we're at the end of the zodiac,
It's one of the best
we
signs
can
ever.
manipulate to everyone, and we have a little bit of everyone in us.
And I'm a
So,
Sag moon.
See, that's why we get
So
along.
I
That's why you're
definitely-
fun.
I definitely align with the Sag energy all of the way. I'm very much so like I'm free as a bird. I got to be able to do what I want to do and got to be able to do my thing. And I'm ever changing. I'm a person that goes through phases. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so into makeup. Learn how to beat my face down. And it's like, I'm into nails this week. Boom, learn how to do my nails. Matter of fact, I'm about to be a Twitch star. Now I'm on Twitch every day. Like literally, it's like I'm always jumping in and out of just like you said, different skin. And it makes me so happy.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
And that's something about the 30s that I've experienced where I was the same way, jumping from left and right. But during my 30s, because I'm 37 now, so I'm in my late 30s.
She old.
I'm old as beautiful. I'm in my late 30s, but I have like 3 or 4 that I've narrowed down. Like I remember distinctly in my 30s saying, you know what, music is not going to work for me. I'm going to stop chasing that dream. I'm going to stop chasing it because I chase it every time I'm not acting and it never works and I get this and I get this. It's this realization to self, and you call it not giving a fuck. And yes, that happens. But for me, it's I don't have to chase that anymore. Like if something I want to do doesn't pop off right away, I don't put any more energy into it. And when my 20s was going on in my teens, I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
It's so interesting to me whenever you talk about your music because I be knowing what you mean, but then I also am like, but your music is so successful. I mean, I don't know what we always have so many different meters of what success is with music, and I get if it's always in comparison to your acting career. I mean, that's not really fair for it to be in comparison to your acting career. But like, I know your music. Like, I want to see a backflip, cartwheel, don't be cutting corners on me. I mean, you have hit songs, so it's like there are a lot of people that are like dead ass Raven. There are a lot of people that are musicians I don't know none of they fucking songs. You know what I mean? And they've been doing it for 40 years. You know, and that's all they've been doing. And they be selling out little clubs. But I do get like what you're saying that for you, maybe it was a timed out thing and whatever your draw was to it, maybe that was something that you just died out on. But I do feel like you are very funny when you talk about your music career and you're very self-deprecating. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, but Raven is a very successful musician. Like you really have done good.
As a Sag, sweetheart, I know.
You know what I mean? Like it's really true. Like
as a Sag, my shit is bomb. I know it is. But also as a Sag, I am comparing it to the success that I'm used to in the other parts of my life. And I also know other parts of my life can succeed if I relinquish that creativity and put it into something else.
But I think it's so true what you're saying too as a creative as well. Is like sometimes it's just not you. You know, it's like, and what I mean by it's not you, it's like whatever that different category of creativity you have. It's like, sorry, music, it's not you right now. It's directing. Or sorry, acting right now. It's not you. It's the podcast. Like sometimes it's just like, you ain't what's giving me my zhuzh. And I need this energy to go somewhere elsewhere. So, and when you're multifaceted, I think that's like a conversation that we have with ourselves every 3 to 5 business days. Like, which one of my hobbies that I've turned into a career do I feel like focusing on is going to give me what I want in this moment? So I totally feel you on that too.
Exactly.
Well, I love you guys. And thank you for coming to see me for my birthday.
Hey, Keke, we have some advice for you for your 30. For your 30s. The 30s is also the years of revelation. You have your Jesus year, of course, but you also have the years where you look back at your childhood and you look back at your life and you go, wow, let me unpack this. And I'm learning that now. Things change in your eyesight. You will continuously change, hopefully, just because that's who you are. But make sure you have a nice group of friends or a medical professional, as in, i.e., therapist, to really help you through that, especially with kids in the industry. 30s is when that veil gets pulled off and you really start seeing who you are as a human, not as a business and not as an icon.
Oof, that's so awesome.
Raven, you always been just so wise and just so incredible. You always done said some stuff that really just leave me thinking. And I've gone back to things that you said multiple times, like, Raven was right. I'm just so glad that I know you. I'm just so glad that I know you because I was just telling my mom, like, we live such a rare life. And I feel like you're someone that's just like me. I don't know if that everybody's like this, right? But I do think that we're two people that grew up in the entertainment industry that have totally unique experiences from being Hollywood children. But always desire real grounded experiences within that.
Every day.
Like we've
Every day.
always wanted to just be like, you know what I mean? I'll never forget when I seen you I was at with my friend, somebody who did your hair, and you came up there and you was like, I was like, Raven, you know, and I'm looking all gagged and you're just so grounded. And you're like, yeah, it's me, Raven, Symone. Yeah, the Raven. And you're just so real. And it's like, sometimes that's hard. It's like, there's been times in my life where it's like, man, should I just be straight Hollywood with it? Would my life be so much easier if I just succumb
Don't do that.
to you know what I mean? But you go through that vibe, but it's like, I like being real. I like being grounded. I like knowing that, okay, this is my job and I have this extraordinary world, but that world is just a bubble and it's not real.
It's not
I
real,
wanna be
Keke.
real.
You
Yeah.
want to be real. The people that we love, the people that we admire. Meryl Streep, real.
Very real.
Robert De Niro, real. And when I say that, you're like, what do you mean? I've witnessed their life. And when they go home, it's real. It's not Hollywood. She doesn't even live in Cali. You know what I mean? Like she lives on a farm somewhere. And it's so important, Keke. And I think that's why anytime you call me or I call you, we're there for each other, because it's that underlining realness that will keep us connected forever. And I don't think a lot of the kids in our position in the past had that realness, which is why you see so many crazy stories. And we need to change that narrative, and we can do it as a team, and giving your information as you do and me giving my information as I do. We can change the narrative of what a child star looks like. And I truly believe it.
I truly believe that. And you, my fearless leader, I'm right up there behind you, Raven, watching you the whole way.
I love you, girl. I love you, girl.
Love
Same
you.
to you. Love you.
Love you. Bye, Miranda. Love you too.
Love you too. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I love
Happy
Marlene.
birthday, dear Keke. Happy birthday to you. Mwah. We love you, girl.
Have the best
Have a beautiful
birthday
day.
week.
You deserve it.
Happy birthday to the most gorgeous, fucking glamorous woman of all time. I love you so much, Keke. Happy 30th.
Keke, it's your birthday. It's your 30th. Whoa. Happy birthday. I've lost the rest of the lyrics. Keke, happy birthday, my darling. You mean
love
everything to me. Creatively, emotionally. You just are a very special individual, and I hope you know not only the people in your life, but the world, what you bring to us. Here's to 30 more, and then some, and happy birthday.
Oh, man.
Happy birthday,
Oh, my gosh,
Keke.
Donald.
30th, that's a big one. You're really young. I didn't realize.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, I guess, I always remember you being so nice to me. I ran into you, I believe it was at a mall or something. No, it was at an airport. You were with your mother, and you were really, really, really sweet to me. And I always remember, I was like, wow, I don't really know this woman. And she just kind of opened up to me, and she was really cool. And I'm so happy to see how much you're flourishing. And I want you to know how much you're loved and how talented you are. And I really appreciate everything you've done for me and for all of us. So thank you, Keke. I'll see you very soon. And congrats on living this long and having such a beautiful family. I'll talk to you later.
Keke, big boss. I just want to wish you a happy birthday and tell you that you are loved, you are special, you are divine, and you are a blessing to all of us. Celebrate today and turn up. Love you, girl.
Keke the icon, Keke the legend,
Issa.
Keke the big boss. Happy 30th birthday.
I love her hair.
The world is so much better with you in it. Thank you for existing. Shout out to your parents. Thank you for brightening so many of my days, just whether it's through casual scroll online and seeing one of your many memeisms, or watching a song makes you love, watching you dance, just seeing you live your best authentic life brings me so much joy and brings the people around you joy. I wish you 30 times 30 more years on this earth. I know you don't want it, but I love you so much. I have so much respect for you. I hope you have the best birthday on earth you deserve. Keep fucking killing it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. That's so sweet.
That was so good.
That's literally the best thing ever. It's so cool. I love those videos when people just say happy birthday. It makes me so happy.
And Allie and AJ, like, they were like iconic, of your childhood.
Oh my gosh, love Allie and AJ.
Yeah.
Love. That was literally like everything. I feel so loved, and I'm just especially feeling the love today. To end the show, as you know, we have a birthday edition of Sorry to This Man, where Sharon is going to quiz me on songs that came out in 1993. Go easy on me, Sharon, because you know I'm young. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Alrighty.
30 years young, baby.
Alrighty then. Okay.
Party people!
Whoop, daddy.
Yes.
Daddy.
Yes. Good. Very good. It's my tag team. Okay.
Take my love, take me for what I am.
What's the name of it? Go to the hook.
Yeah. I Have Nothing.
Yes, by
Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, Salt and Pepper. What a man.
Yes.
Okay. My parents raised me right.
Okay, this next one.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
Oh, what's the matter?
Yeah, this is like my generation.
Damn, let me play that one more time. Sorry to This Man.
It's Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill.
Damn.
Okay.
They got me. Cypress them got me.
All right, the next.
Like a moth to a flame, burn.
Madonna.
No.
Like a moth to a flame. Like a moth to a flame.
Listen to the whole clue.
Let me get more of it. Yeah.
By the fire. My love is blind, can't you see my desire?
Janet Jackson.
Which one? I'll give you a hint. Jennifer Lopez was a dancer in the music video.
That's the way love goes. That's the way.
That's the way
That's
love
the way
goes.
love. This was the era where everybody was talking a little bit on the track. That's the way love goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you know.
This was an iconic video because you see Janet, you see Jennifer, and it's like, oh my God, they're together. Okay, all right, this is the last one.
Mm-hmm. I'll always love you, Whitney Houston. That was
Exactly. Who wrote the original version?
Dolly Parton.
Yes.
You know
okay.
I know, girl.
All right, great job.
Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for spending time with me for my birthday episode. You know, we put so much pressure on our birthdays, like a ton. Expectations for the day, how we celebrated ourselves, how we want to spend the year, who we spending it with, and so on. We all do it. But remember this. Give yourself a bit of grace. Don't put too much expectations on the day or the goals you set for yourself in the coming years. Just enjoy, love. It'll work out. You got this. Now, until next time, you know it's your girl.
Baby, this is Keke.